What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you just enjoyed my little wheelies and my hill climb. This hill climb might not look that bad on camera, but I can tell you right now, I have crashed many a times trying to get up that. Like, especially like this part's easy, and I've hit my head on this branch before. Oh, you can actually see. Look at that. But it's not flat at all, so like you're hitting all these rocks and stuff toward the top, and it's all loose sand. So many a times I have crashed and flipped down this hill. Like that shows you how steep it is right there. I'm not saying it's the craziest hill climb in the world, but it's definitely also a whole bunch of freaking fire ants live right under this rock. So in the summertime I actually crashed right here, and all the fire ants climbed all over me, were all over my hands, were all over the bike, but I still had to pick it up, and then I had to walk the bike down through this. So yeah. When I sometimes you get to the top, if you ride it right, you can use this rock as kind of like a little step up kind of thing, but I don't know. Main thing is just to make sure you don't kill yourself. But I have flipped over backwards on this many a times, mostly on my four-wheeler though, just freaking going up it and boom, tipping right back on yourself. But other than that, this video is going to be about the 2.7 Ecoboost F150 that I bought about a month ago. So we're just going to be talking about kind of some of the things it has, some of the things I wish that it kind of would have, some things that kind of were weird about it, and just kind of how I'm liking it so far. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so as you guys know, it has a 2.7 Ecoboost, and I can tell you right now, it's going to be kind of windy out here. But the 2.7 Ecoboost, I absolutely have been loving this motor. Also, this is the bolt. That's the bolt from last video, when we had to go buy a new bolt for the orange truck over here because the leaf spring shackle bolt thing fell out. So make sure to go watch that if you haven't already, because that was interesting. The actual bolt that held the leaf spring on snapped. These are not Rough Country's bolts, by the way. One of you guys commented in the last video asking if this was a Rough Country bolt. It's not. Rough Country didn't send bolts with their kit. Anyway, as far as the 2.7 goes, I've driven it for about 1,000, maybe 1,500 miles so far, and I haven't had any issues with it, except for the little check engine light thing that was going on that I made the video about a couple weeks ago, but the dealership fixed that for free, so it was just some stupid emissions bull crap. But yeah, hopefully the wind noise isn't all that bad. It is pretty windy out here today. That's how you know it's getting to be fall in New Hampshire though. It starts getting really freaking windy. It's not super cold out, but definitely when fall starts coming in, it starts getting really freaking windy. I'll tell you right now though, the bike freaking loves the cold weather. I bought this in like middle of summer, so it was super hot out all the time, and it wouldn't really want to start when it was super hot out, but in the cold weather, thing freaking starts right up. It just loves it. But god damn, it's gonna be really windy. I might have to do this video in the truck, so let's get a couple of things done that I would like to be different on the truck, and that I'm going to change on the truck at some point. As you guys know, I mean, I'm kind of going to do a little build on this truck, not anything crazy like this, obviously, like the orange truck, but I'm going to do some things to it. First thing's probably going to be different wheels, definitely different tires, because these ones are going to be wearing down. If you guys have any recommendation on tires, like all-terrains or something that you think would look good on this thing, let me know in the comments. But these are freaking hubcaps, so those are definitely getting changed out with something. Haven't really decided on a wheel package yet, really, or like what kind of wheel I want to get. I'm looking at the fuel cleavers. You guys know I have the fuel revolvers on this truck. I'm looking at fuel cleavers, and I think they'd look kind of cool, but they're also very flashy. Like for a black wheel, they're pretty flashy, which these are kind of, I don't know, flashy, but kind of more subtle. So I don't know what I really want to do with wheels yet, but alright. So one of the things that I absolutely love about this truck is the vinyl floors. So as you guys can see, you know, it doesn't have carpet in it because it's an XL trim package. And really that's something that I actually like a lot, because I went riding the other day and I was just covered in mud, freaking bike's covered in mud, my boots are covered in mud. I just threw all my stuff in the back here, and when I got home I just took a freaking rag and just wiped it all out, and it was pretty damn good, actually. If I had carpet, I'd be in there freaking vacuuming it, and it just makes it way freaking easier for, you know, being muddy and stuff. I could just spray a hose in there if I really wanted to. Probably wouldn't spray a hose in there, but you could. So yeah, I like that a lot. I know it's like the base model thing, and it's not really meant to be a feature, but I don't know, I see it as a feature because I'd rather have that than carpet, because if you look at the carpet in the orange truck, I mean, it's freaking gross. So, yeah, look at that. If this had vinyl floors, that'd be way better, because these carpets are disgusting. But, so I really like the vinyl floors. I really like them a lot. One thing that's kind of weird, hold on, let me go grab my keys real quick. So the weird thing about this is, I'm gonna start the truck up for you guys real quick. I couldn't figure out, it took me like a week or two to figure out how to turn the max AC on in this thing. So I was like, you know, messing with this, and you have an AC button right here, and they could make this they could make this much clearer for instructions wise, but you turn it all the way, and there's a little thing that says max AC right here, but like you turn it all the way and it doesn't get anywhere. It took me like a whole freaking week to discover that you have to go like this, and then it turns on max. Oh, it didn't actually. Maybe this has to be up more. No. Alright, well the max AC in this thing is weird. To prove my point, and it doesn't want to stay on right now either. Anyway, that's one of the things that I don't really like about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the doors are open or something weird like that. I don't know why I actually don't even know why this isn't working. Hold on. Because I had it working the other day. Oh, there we go. Maybe you gotta hold it for a second. But that's how you get the max AC to turn on. So it's just weird. They can't just have a button, like one of these empty button spots can't just say max AC on it. You have to freaking twist the thing and hold it till it comes on. I don't really like that very much, but it does blow very good once the max AC is on. It's just kind of weird how it does it. I really like how it has, like, you know, the digital speedometer and everything. In my Civic, it has like the heads up display, so like the thing's like kind of up here. For like the speedometer and stuff like that, so it's down there, which is nice, and you can cycle through all your things off-road mode, which I don't know why anyone would actually even use this. The whole, like, shows you like what degree the truck is at, and it says I'm tipped 1 degree forward right now, but I don't know why anyone would even use that. I feel like it's kind of a pointless setting, but trip and fuel is pretty nice. The towing mode, or not the towing mode, the freaking off-road mode is just kind of dumb. I don't see myself ever using that at any point in the future. But one thing that I don't like about the truck, now this is kind of me being picky, but I just really don't like the whole on-the-fly four-wheel drive thing. 4x4 shift in progress. Now we're in 4 high. I just really am not a big fan of these little buttons that you flip. You know what I mean? Like in my other truck, in the Ford over there, well, they're both Fords, but in the OBS, you know, I have the big floor shifter. You don't have that in this truck, which, I mean, I know a lot of new trucks don't have the shifter on the floor. I just liked it a lot better. This is the manual transfer case, but I guess it's good to, you know, be able to do it on the fly. It's just, I'm used to doing it down here. One thing I'm really happy about that this truck has, or doesn't have, is that it still has the shifter up on the column up here. I have no idea what Ford is doing, and they keep putting they've been putting the shifters on the floor like a car recently. Instead of up here, they have like a stupid little shifter. Now stop doing that, all right? It's the dumbest thing. It's a truck. It should have a freaking column shift. It shouldn't have a floor shift, because then you can't put stuff there. So I don't see why they do that, but I'm happy that this one has the freaking column shift, because it has the tow haul and sport mode on there. The sport mode, I don't know. I used the sport mode once. That's actually when the EGR thing, or not the EGR thing, the EVAP thing came on. I was using the sport mode, so I don't know if it had something to do with that, but I haven't used it since. But it has that kind of stuff, whatever else. The speakers are pretty alright. I'll show you guys what the speakers sound like. They're not that bad. The Civic has better speakers than the truck does, but they're definitely not bad speakers at all, so. Oh, here's something that I hate. Ready? I hate that. Stop telling me. I don't know how to shut that off. It does it every single time. It tells me that the frickin' 911 assist is off, and it tells you every time until you get pissed off and turn it on. But so I mean, the speakers are pretty good. They don't have the most bass in the world, and the bass is turned all the way up. But then again, it's an XL trim model truck, so it's about as good as I would really expect it to have. It's way better than the friggin' orange truck. That thing has no bass and it just sucks. So the speakers in this thing are pretty decent. So like I said in the last video about this truck, it does have like the 101A equipment package, power equipment package. So you still get power locks, power windows, power mirrors, stuff like that. One thing that is kind of weird about these trucks is that they don't give you like any kind of adjustability on the mirrors. So like if you are towing something, you're stuck with these stupid little mirrors. I know it's an XL trim model truck, but it's just kind of something that you'd think that a truck that has a tow package, all right, so it has a tow package, it has a receiver hitch, it's a class 3 hitch, all right, you'd think that you'd have some kind of adjustable tow mirrors, but they it's not something that they have on here. So that's kind of a little downside. Not that I'd go running around with my tow mirrors out all the time, because I mean, it's not a Dodge, but yeah. Another thing is this thing has a whole lot of storage space in it. It's got, well, there's a muffin wrapper in there. I gotta throw that away. But it's got, like, this is the door handle right here, and I find myself like putting stuff there because it's like easy access. Like, it's like a little cubby and a door handle at the same time. I actually really like that. Like if I want to, I don't know, put something there, I just put something there. It's got another pocket down here in case you missed the first one. It falls into the bottom one, which is pretty sweet. It's got storage and stuff underneath the seat there, but I don't use it because I always have the bench seat, or well, 40 seat down. Yeah, I like to have the armrest, so I just keep it down all the time. Yeah, it is really, really windy out, so hopefully this is not super bad for you guys. Couple things that I do like about the truck, since it has, I believe, oh man, it's starting to rain. Since it has, I think it's part of the sport package, but it gives you the fog lamps and stuff like that, so I'm pretty happy that it has that kind of stuff. It's got the capless gas filler. I showed you guys that in the last video. I mean, it's kind of cool because then you don't lose your gas cap, which on my old Jeep, you could take the gas cap out and I'd lose that thing all the time. It's a pretty basic truck, you know. It doesn't have any of the creature comfort things, but it has what I need basically. So I've actually been really liking the truck a lot. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna go take it for a quick little drive after I put my armrest back down. I'll show you guys how it accelerates and stuff. I know I did that in the other video too, but also this seat's kind of hard to put down with one hand, or from sitting in the driver's seat it's hard to put this down, but whatever. I know I kind of showed you guys in the last video how it accelerates, but never in front of the speedometer there, so we can go do that. Ready? It's going to tell me 911 assist again after it connects to my phone. Yeah. I don't want that on. One of the other things I kind of don't like all that much is the start stop. I know that like every new car has start stop, but it's not, it sucks. Like, you'll be stopped at a stop, like, ready, I'll put my foot on the brake and I bet you it'll shut off. If I put it in here, I'll put it in drive. Put my foot on the brake. It's gonna shut off. See, it doesn't even work half the time. I don't know what it's doing. Now it's off. Now it's on. Okay. I mean, maybe it wants me to drive before it'll do it for the first time, but it'll just come on and off randomly. Like, I'll be sitting at a stoplight and it'll just turn on, turn off, and turn on, turn off. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, but let's just go show you guys real quick how she accelerates, and then we got a couple other things that I want to talk about. So yeah, it definitely moves. I think that was, I don't know, from like 10 miles an hour to 70 miles an hour or something like that, 65, something like that. So it definitely freaking goes. It's it's pretty. It was spinning them too, keep that in mind. It spun them for, I don't know, a little bit. You might have been able to hear it, but I don't know, guys. This little 2.7 definitely packs a punch. I can tell you that right now. The 2.7 definitely packs a punch. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's the fastest thing in the world, but I mean, I'll let that 0 to 70 or the 10 to 70 run I just did speak for itself. It's definitely not slow. So I actually absolutely love the motor in this thing. It's freaking awesome. This thing really handles pretty well too. Like, going 80 miles an hour down the highway, it's at around 2,000 RPMs going 80 down the highway, which isn't bad. Averaging about 21 miles to the gallon for those of you that are, you know, wondering about that kind of thing. Going 80 miles an hour down the highway, it averages about 21 miles to the gallon. So not too shabby. I mean, it's way better than this thing, which will get about 6, and that gets about 40, but it's a pretty good middle ground. It's good. We're gonna have to see how this thing does in the winter, like in the snow and stuff, once I put some actual good tires on it, because that's really what I bought this for. I bought that to drive to work in the summer, this to drive to work when it's snowing. So that's really the intended purpose for it. So we'll see how it does. I'm sure it'll do friggin' fantastic. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much what I think about the truck so far. A couple little things that I think are kind of weird, like the AC thing, and a couple things that I don't like the freaking I don't know, 911 assist thing always coming on. But overall, I've definitely really liked this truck a lot. Some mods will probably be coming forward here soon. I don't know. Like I said, I like the wheels and tires thing is pretty much the first thing that I'm going to do to it. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do that, because we probably still have another couple months before it starts snowing. So plus the orange truck is nowhere close to being done, so don't you guys worry about that. Orange truck is definitely not even close to being done. Still needs a lot of work, so we'll have to do all of that also. Plus the Trans Am, I know I said I was going to do it this year, and I never got to it, but it's still something I want to save up for and put a motor in and do. It is starting to pour right now, so I'm going to end this video, but make sure to add me on my social media that's on the screen, and DM your trucks to @FordTruckPage on Instagram, and I'll post you up on my truck page there. So alrighty guys, it's going to be pretty much it for today. See you guys in the next one.